Hey Tony, here's a quick recap for What a Wonderful World. And I'll go through some of this stuff pretty fast because you already know most of it. And so we'll just consider this a little bit of refresher. So we did C, E minor, F, E minor, Eek, D minor, C, slide to E7, up to A minor, and then that G sharp. D minor, G7, C, and then to transition to the next verse, D minor. So 4 beats each for the most part, or 1 measure each. Trees of green, F, red roses, E minor 2, D minor, I see them see, bloom, slide to E7, for me and A minor. Drop down to figure out how you're going to drop down or slide over and drop, or drop and slide over to that G flat. And I think to myself, D minor, what a wonderful world. I think both of those are 2 beats each. It was 4 beats, full measure, all the way through until we got to D minor, what a wonderful world. So let's see if I go a little bit quicker, how that feels to me. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I might be 4 beats. Let me try it again. C of green, F, red roses too. I see them bloom 4 all the way so far. E7, me and you. And I think to myself, I don't know if that's 4 or 8. I gotta play it again. It's so hard when I'm trying to talk and think and goofing up. And I think to myself, 4, yeah. D minor, what a myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah, so that last D minor, G7 are 2 beats each. What a wonderful world. And then the transition is D minor, G7 to I see skies of blue. And at skies, you're back at C, E minor, F, E minor. So let's look at that transition between the 2 verses. So it's D minor, G7, what a wonderful world. 2 beats each. What a wonderful world. I see skies. Yeah, so I'm playing, on world, I'm playing C, 4 beats, world. Then again, that D minor, 2 beats, G7, 2 beats, right into skies. So it'll sound like this. 2 beats on D minor. What a wonderful 1, 2, 3, 4. D minor 2, G7 2, skies of blue. Clouds of white. So everything's exactly the same all the way through that G flat. To myself, D minor, What a wonderful world. And then your group transitions, does that 2 beats on D minor after the 4 beats of C on world, 2 beats D minor. And for all I know, they might play 2 beats on world. I don't know how they play the song, but I would play it with 4, but they might play it with 2. They might be wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow. And then you're into the bridge. So what I was trying to say was the end of the second verse, they do the C and then the D minor, just like we did at the end of the first verse, but then they have a C and a C7 to transition to the bridge. So we'll have to find out from somebody in the group how they play that, whether that's all 2 beats or whether they do the C as 4 beats like I've been saying. So I think that's it. So we'll go through it one more time. So I was doing down strums with 4 beats each, and then I was doing down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up for the 4 beats each. So whatever you're comfortable with, and then work your way up to the strum pattern. Trees of green, F, red roses, E minor, D minor, C, E7, A minor, G sharp, D minor, G7, C, D minor, world, D minor, G7, new verse, O, blue, etc. So I don't know if that helps or not, but that's what we were talking about, and those are the chords. And so it's that C, E minor you got to practice, C, E minor, C, E minor, C, E minor, C, E minor, E minor, F, E minor, F, E minor, F, E minor, F, F, E minor, F, E minor, F, E minor. And then that E minor, D minor is trickier, but you were pulling that off with no problem today, so that's not so tricky for you. But the next is E minor, D minor, E minor, D minor, drop to C. And then that slide over and form your E7. C, E7, C, E7. Don't forget to cut those nails. C, E7, E7, slide over to A minor, and then be thinking about what you're going to do for your G sharp. And I just dropped into my G and slid. And if you did a slide like that, everybody would want to do that. They wouldn't know you were doing that to transition to G sharp. They would think you're doing it because you're doing it. G sharp to D minor again. Swivel to G7. D minor G7. And then G7 to C. And then C to D minor. G7, and you're right into the second verse. I hope that helps. I'll put that up on YouTube for you, and you can listen to it and see what you think. Ciao bella, buongiorno. See you in a week.